Rokugan, a land of spirits, of fortunes, and of samurai, a place of honor, duty, and war, where 7 great clans vie eternally for the favor of the Emperor, where a whispered word can be as deadly as a single strike, and one misstep the difference between life and death. But while clans battle in the high halls of the Emperor and on the fields of the Emerald Empire, a growing darkness gnaws at the borders. Here, the foul legions of the corrupted Kami Fu Lang seek to break through and destroy all that is righteous and good. And yet the darkness beyond the borders is not the only threat to Rokugan. Political tensions amongst the great clans threaten to grow monthly, meaning that war is surely on the horizon. It is a time of sacrifice, of great heroes, of small stories of bravery that will forever go untold. It is a time of thunder. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Sunday L5R here on Welcome to the Party. We're so excited to have you joining us on what is probably very early for a lot of people and a Father's Day. So if you're here spending time with us, thank you. If you're a dad, happy Father's Day. We hope you're having a great one with your kidlins, or possibly ignoring them and watching us play L5R is your respite from your chitlins. So yeah, hi everyone, and welcome. My name's Throck. I'm your storyteller for the day. A couple of things before we get started, of course, is thank you to our sponsors, Devon Rue, Tabletop Loot, and So Nerdware Games. So Nerdware. It's an amazing merch store that holds all of our merchandise. It's an awesome place to be. You should go there. You get 10% off if you use the code WELCOME on any nerdly products you may find, including the line of Welcome to the Party merch that's there. So check it out. If you use our code, we get some money too. So that's pretty great. So you go and do that and buy some stuff and underwrite the. Yeah, you got it. You know what's up. Also, check out our Patreon. Our Patreon is attempting to be a PBS for RPGs, and what that means is we want to be able to underwrite amazing writers, artists, and creators across the role-playing game universe, and then give them a place to showcase their awesome stuff. So, if you want to support us, if you want to get free interviews and story backgrounds, and I just put a new setting up there, like a little 6-page fantasy setting up there. Let's see what else. Podcasts a week early, which is a big deal. You should check out our Patreon at patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg. And last but not least, check us out on Discord. We have an amazing rockin' bangin' Discord. So go check that out. All right. Anything else that I need to cover? It is a day of 4 games. This is our busiest day of the week, so you could, if you want, enjoy the next 13 hours, 14 hours of role-playing goodness here on this one channel alone, your one-stop shop for role-playing goodness. But that's up to you. The chooser decides. If you're just here for L5R, we love you, and you stick around. If not, that's okay too. Okay, so with that, let's go around and say hi to the team. First note, it is Father's Day. Sol is out doing stuff with his dad. He will be joining us for the first time on our next stream next Sunday. Hopefully, we think. We don't see any reason why not. So that's what we hope is going to happen. But with that, let's go around and say hi to the team. Why don't you tell us who you are, what you're thinking so far, if there's anything you're looking forward to this week, stuff like that. And we will start with eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. Eeny, meeny, miny, Sayaka.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lily, Lilypad Nebula, and all the stuff. I'm playing Doji Sayaka. I am super looking forward to, is everything an option?
Yeah, everything's an option.
Okay, because I'm looking forward to the party we have to go to tonight. I'm looking forward to the rest of the events. more just stuff. Yeah, I had a lot of fun last time, and I've been looking forward to it all week. I'm tired because I moved yesterday. If it I mean, it looks similar because it's an apartment.
Yeah, although the door is behind you instead of off to your camera, right?
Right. Yeah. It's the color. They only know off gray as a color, basically.
Taupe, mauve, and eggshell.
But that went well. Besides, and I'm here. I have tacos, and I'm ready to play games.
Yay for tacos and game playing! Yay. Ray, Michi.
Hi, I'm Michi. I am playing Kaito Ray, and I am also looking forward to everything, and except possibly ever having to ride a horse again.
Right. Yeah. That was not Ray's best moment. No.
Not best moment, no.
Yeah. Kuroyuki, Rain.
I am Rain Hayes, and I am looking forward to machinations and shenanigans.
Excellent. Scorpion, Clan Shugenja, that Soshi Kuroyuki. All right, are we all ready to get started? Excellent. Yes. Let me pull up. I wrote a script for an intro today. I'm very, very excited. Welcome back to Rokugan. Our young samurai are in the middle of the most prestigious coming-of-age ceremony in the Empire, the Topaz Championship. Here they compete against the best and brightest of Rokugan's youth for the prestigious title of Topaz Champion, a singular honor given only to one samurai every year. On the road to Suma, the small village that plays host to the championship and seat of the prestigious Kikita Dueling Academy, our party encountered the servant of the now-dead Emerald Champion Doji Satsume, and helped him write a card carrying the final effects of his master to Satsume's brother-in-law and head of the Kikita Dueling Academy, Kikita Toshimoko, the Grey Crane. After delivering the goods, they made their way to the House of the Laughing Carp, the inn where they are scheduled to stay, and met a young fellow student named Hitoshi from the Mantis clan, an aspirant to the Topaz Championship from a minor clan, who was being denied access to the inn. Being the honorable sort, the party invited Hitoshi to stay with them, and he gladly accepted. That night, the party received a ghostly visitor in the form of Doji Satsume, the now-dead Emerald Champion. Sitting tea with the party, Satsume urged them to ensure that Hitoshi pass the trials and become a samurai, so that he may follow in his father's footsteps, although it was not made clear who his father was. The party agreed to the spirit's wishes and, awestruck and confused, went back to bed. The next day, the contest began in earnest, with contests in athletics, heraldry, horse riding, and more. They noticed that last year's runner-up, Bayushi Sugai, seemed to be in an ill temper and continued looking cross at Hitoshi, while a number of the crane judges marked Hitoshi off on points for seemingly innocent mistakes. And some of our fair players even made it to the top of the list, with Doji Sayaka and Kaido Rei being tied with Bayushi Mei-Lin for points lead after day one. After the contest, you're given about 2 hours of free time to do as you wish. You are informed that there will be a compulsory informal reception for all participants at the Poisoned Water Sake House. But other than that, you've got about 2 free hours. Is there anything y'all want to do? Possibly eat tacos?
Swallow tacos.
Yes.
Then Sayaka is going to find a quiet place to chill and is going to write a letter home.
Aw. Would you like to let us know what the letter says, or do you want to keep it private and send it to me?
Kind of just informing, because Sayaka has a decent relationship with her parents, so just letting them know what's going on the first day, telling them that they helped, not telling them that they met Ghost Satsume, because that's probably weird. That might be an in-person conversation. But telling them we helped Doji Satsume's final resting items find find their place, and yeah, just kind of that whole like everything that's gone on so far, just to let them know how things are going. That they're and of course that she's currently near the top and has a strong chance of becoming the Topaz champion.
Ooh, yes, indeed.
And yes, she's calling it out. So it's gonna be very embarrassing.
You just pointing your shot. Yeah.
Yep. Just,
Yeah.
yeah. So kind of just a basic like check in, just letting you know how like the trip has been or whatever. More importantly, I'm doing it so I can get rid of some strife.
Strifey poo? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because my passion is brushwork.
Yes. So that will remove 3 strife.
Yay.
Yay! Indeed. What is your strife at after that?
It's now at 3.
Okay. So as we take a rest between scenes, remember your composure, you reduce your strife to half your composure.
So would it be a 1 then?
And then you could remove 3 more. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yep.
so it'll be at 1 then.
Yep.
Awesome.
Cool. Anyone else?
Yeah, I am going to once again sit down with my divination kit and read some fortunes.
Yay! Reading fortunes. La la la. Go ahead and make me a void meditation roll, please. If you get any stress from this, it won't count because I just want to see if anything spectacular happens while divining.
All right.
Okay, so you'll get to keep 3 dice. And you got an exploding success, so go ahead and re-roll a black die. So you've got 2 opportunity and 2 successes. That's pretty good. Through your divination, you pull a couple of cards that. So first of all, remember to reduce your stress to half your composure, and then reduce 3 more. And through the reading, other than it just kind of helping you calm and center and clear your mind and kind of stretch out into the universe a little bit, something interesting happens in the way the cards are set down. There is a connection between a card that is highly aspected to water, and a card that is highly aspected to air, both of which together in like a father-son relationship. So you get the idea that the water one, the Mantis or Sailing clan, that has to do with Hitoshi. And the air one, due to its kind of martial aspect, has to do with the Crane, and specifically the Kakita family, and that one's in the father aspect. So you pull a conclusion that perhaps Hitoshi is in some way related to the Kakita family in some way.
Okay.
And you can do whatever you like with that. And remove an additional 3 strife.
Yes.
I'll say strife properly one day.
Yeah, I'm just going to just kind of quietly remember this as I'm putting things away.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Sweet. Kuroyuki.
The place where we're staying, are there other competitors there?
There are indeed.
I'm just going to wander down into the main room and make myself inconspicuous and watch them.
Okay. Make me a... So you don't want to remove any stress. You want to do a little...
I removed stress last time. I only got 1 strife.
Okay. So make me a... Woink. I would call this an earth courtesy check or a void courtesy check in order to see how people are interacting with each other. Earth being the approach of reason and void being the approach of enlighten. Does that make sense? Yep. I would also give you an air culture check if you so chose.
I think I'll go with reason this time.
Okay. So you got one exploding success so far, and a strife. Go ahead and reroll a black die and keep it. So 2 successes, but 2 strife. What specifically are you looking for? Are you looking for like interactions between folk? Are you looking for kind of bravado between, like, what's your goal with the searching the room?
Mostly, I am looking for kind of the camaraderie or political climate between people. Who is sitting by who is avoiding who.
Yeah, okay. So a couple of big things you notice is that you see Hitoshi sitting down there kind of by himself, kind of just sipping on some tea, looking sullen. You see Kitsu Tsubasa, who is the Lion Clan Shugenja, talking with Yasuki Jun from the Crab, and they seem to be in some sort of, not hushed conversation, but seem to be enjoying some sort of deep conversation about something that's kind of hard to hear where you're from. You also notice that Kikita Riku and Miyamoto Hanada seem to be discussing loudly the merits of their different dueling schools. As you know, the Miyamoto of the Dragon Clan have a 2-sword school. They fight with both their katana and their wakizashi. Whereas Kikita Riku, being a Kikita and studying at this very academy, studies the classical dueling 1-strike Aijutsu duel form of a single katana. And they seem to be having a very robust discussion about the merits of their different schools. And last but not least, Bayushi Mei-Lin seems to be actually talking to 2 servants. And you see Bayushi Sugai kind of leaning off in the corner. And at one point, as he's standing there, a Ronin walks in. Obviously a Ronin, because he's not wearing clan colors of any sort. He's got like a sake bottle on his rope belt that also holds his katana and wakizashi. And he shares just a couple of words with him before that Ronin heads back out again.
That's unusual.
It is moderately usual. It is not hyper unusual to be interacting with Ronin, right? It is, especially for a member of the Scorpion Clan, as you well know. But you, being of the Scorpion Clan, know you've seen those whispers before. You know that maybe there's something going on there. Like, a Ronin having presence in and of itself is not the weirdest thing ever. There are many Ronin who wander the lands. They are, of course, the lowest of the high. They are essentially considered G samurai, which means half samurai. And so there's a social stigma around them, but not so much as if he was like directly interacting with a member of the Buke, who are the class lower than yours.
I think I'm going to step outside, like I'm just going outside to stretch and get some air.
Yeah.
And I want to see which direction he goes.
For sure. You will, interesting. This is, I like that you took the bait and I enjoy it. Okay. Okay. So why don't you make for me it's interesting that there's no like, this would definitely be a skullduggery test, right? So, how would you want to approach your skullduggery in attempting to sneak behind this guy?
Let's take a quick look at that. Because I'm actually relatively good at skullduggery.
Skullduggery. Is it dudgery or duggery?
Duggery.
Is it skullduggery? Okay.
I think it's Duggery.
Didgery, duggery, do.
Skullduggery.
Let's go with air.
So you're going to try and not act like yourself. You're going to try and be extra sneaky?
Yep.
Okay. Because that approach is con, which means making someone believe that you are not doing what you say you're doing. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Make a roll. So at the moment, you've got an exploding success, a strife, and a opportunity. So you only keep 2 of these. The interesting thing here is you can either keep the 2 successes in the strife or one of the successes in the opportunity.
So I can keep. I'm keeping 2 dice, is what you're saying, right?
You are keeping 2. You always keep a number of
So-
dice equal to your ring.
So can I use that opportunity to cancel out the strife?
You could, which would leave you with 1 exploding success.
Let's do that.
Okay, so roll a new blood die. A new ring die. And another exploding success and another strife. Roll another ring die. Another exploding success and a strife. Roll another ring die.
Oh my god!
There we go. Okay.
Thank you for stopping.
3 strife, but 3 successes. Okay. So you are absolutely able to follow him, but a couple of times you nearly get caught. And you have to quickly dodge this way or quickly dodge that way. And one time you accidentally dodge into a tannery and you are surrounded by dead flesh. And it wigs you out because not even the scorpion are okay with being around that much dead flesh all at once. It is, as cultural context for the team, touching or being adjacent to dead flesh is super weird and is something that you normally need to spiritually cleanse if you touch it. And so being around it tends to make those within the samurai caste very nervous. And so you at one point touch through, but as you dodge through that building and get to the other side, successfully not actually like bumping into anything, you come around and you see him talking to 6 other Ronin. Or I'm sorry, 7, 11 other Ronin, who seem to be hanging out. As you follow them, you follow them down to kind of the river between the Kakita Dueling Academy and the town proper. And down there, it kind of there's kind of the river itself goes down on either side into a very small like gully-like valley between the 2 sides of the town. And sitting down in there, kind of keeping small and quiet, are 11 other Ronin.
Well, nothing quite says ambush like a bunch of Ronin hiding out. I do not want to tempt fate and get closer to hear what they're saying.
Okay.
Because I feel like that would just backfire on me horribly.
Yeah.
So instead, I'll make my way back.
Okay.
And I will go to Saiga and inform her that I think something might be going on.
What do you mean something going on?
There are strange things happening. There's a group of Ronin that are...
Stranger than having tea with a dead champion?
You would be amazed at how normal that is for me.
Oh.
I'm lying. A great many Ronin are standing kind of out of the way, and I saw one of them having a discussion with a samurai earlier. And I've noticed that samurai does not like Hitoshi.
I see.
I'm just thinking that we need to prepare for an ambush.
That's a good idea.
Knowing that something like that could happen, we could find a way to turn it to our advantage.
I do love having a friend in the Scorpion clan. I like that idea a lot. Well, if their target is Hitoshi, then maybe we could have Hitoshi come back from the party in a way that doesn't seem like he is with anyone else. Maybe he has a little too much to drink.
I am so tempted for this. Let me go and talk to Hitoshi. And I'm going to go down and talk to Hitoshi. And I'm going to enjoy some tea while I do so, because I just noticed my strife is higher than I thought it was.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and you won't get the half composure because you're actively doing things, but you are indulging in your what is it called? Joy.
Passion.
So go ahead and remove 3 strife.
Okay.
As you have some very fine local tea. Hard not to have good tea in Crane Lands, especially next to an august academy such as this. And he's just kind of sitting there looking sullen and sipping on some tea himself.
And I'm just going to sit next to him and sip on my tea for a little. I'm like, Hitoshi, how are you feeling after today?
It will be as the fortunes wish, Soshi-san.
True. But there are some people that might, in their ignorance, try to interfere with what the fortunes wish.
If they do, I wish they have the honor to stand before me and say so.
I would hope that too. But we both know the world doesn't always work that way.
Yes.
You go, have you ever seen one of these before? I'm going to lay my ward on the table. I'm not going to activate it. I'm just going to show it to him.
It's some sort of magic? Some sort of
This is what's
prayer?
This is what's called a ward. My school has many ways of using them. This particular ward is very good at tripping up people who would approach you in a less than honorable way.
And you expect someone to approach me in a less than honorable way, Soshi-san?
I'm Scorpion. I expect everybody to approach me in less than an honorable way.
I am unsure if you are threatening me or trying to warn me.
It's a good thing to keep in mind. And I'll just slip the ward over to him and go, read this when you feel that somebody's approaching you in a less than honorable way. And I'll get up and walk away. Because I can have other people activate my wards.
Yeah. He'll stare at you as you're walking away, and you like feel his eyes boring into your back because he certainly does not trust what just happened. But he does, as you take a quick glance around, he does slip the scroll into his kimono.
Then tonight I'm gonna have to make another ward. I can have 2 because I can have 1 as a base and then I get an extra 1 for my school. But
yeah,
I had different plans for that ward.
How big is a Yumi? Are they like longbows or are they like
Yumis? If I recall, are the short bow. Let me take a look. I'm pretty sure they're the short bow. Yumi, boink. It is the regular bow. Yeah. So hang on a second. I am looking for. Okay. It is bow. Small. There is Yumi and small Yumi. So I'm assuming if. Hang on. Yumi is a short bow. Yeah. Can confirm. Yumi short bow.
Okay. Would that be hideable?
No. Not if you want to have it strung.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right.
There. Okay.
What happens next, team?
I think is it party time?
It's ready for party time. If party time's ready for you.
I think it's party time.
Excellent. All right.
I think I've done all the preparing I can do until we come back later and I can make another ward.
As you make your way across town, you find the Poisoned Water Sake House alive with action. Many of the contestants and students from the academy and local bushi have gathered to blow off some steam after the day's events. Of course, none of the judges are here. It simply wouldn't be proper. but most of the contestants appear to be having a great time. You see Utaku Batbayar and Shiba Toya are leading a group of people in song. Kikita Riku and Miramoto Hinata seem to have continued their argument, now over sake, on swordsmanship, and Yasuki Jun seems to be setting up a game of Fortune and Wins, which is a popular dice game that he is particularly good at. Hitoshi, however, is again sitting sullenly in one of the corners of the sake house. So as you enter, there's about 25 people here. And lots of servants kind of milling around and helping, and it's a bunch of small round tables, and there are these fine sort of pillows that people sit on to have their conversations or play dice, or there's a person playing a stringed instrument off in the corner that the two samurai are leading the songs through, and it just seems to be everybody's kind of in relaxation mode.
Okay. So, most importantly,
Yeah.
what Sayaka's wearing.
Yeah, I think that's important. Sure.
So, I get, as part of my kit, I get ceremonial clothes, which are resplendent. So, I'm picturing just like, so probably similar to like the kind of like the traveling clothes, whatever, like it color wise and stuff, like darker colors with like blues and like different shades of blue kind of strewn in throughout.
Yeah.
But just like way higher quality, like a really, really, really nice silk. Like I think that the pattern is like some kind of flower and like cranes and stuff like floating around. It's like I feel like it's abstract. Like you can look at it and not think it's anything, but you can look at it again and think like, oh yeah, I see the crane right there.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And it's also like kind of loose. So like I've seen a bunch of like pictures of like just reading through the book where like they're like kind of like wearing kimonos, but they're like off a little bit, like off the shoulder kind of, or like yeah, so like a default, it's like loose and kind of like revealing up here, but she can close it if she needs to.
Okay. Yes. You're just reinforcing the Benton's blessing as much as you can, in other words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other special preparations made from the team before walking in?
I feel like it's just standard issue that I wear both my sanctified robes and the hidden armor.
Sure. It being hidden armor, you can absolutely wear it. It is, by the way, the only type of armor that can be honorably worn outside of the expectation of combat. So just so you all know, if you happen to win the Topaz Championship and get gifted the Topaz armor, you can only really wear it in combat. It's not like you're walking around in samurai armor all the time. Nobody does that. That'd be ridiculous.
Oh, it's not D&D where you're just always wearing plate mail?
You are not like hanging out in the bar wearing your plate mail. Hey guys, open your visor. What's going on? Who wants an ale? Yeah, no, that is not a thing. Yeah.
And I'll have my fan and my sash.
Oh, good. Okay. Ray?
I feel like Ray would be, wearing her general outfit, but has replaced the obi with a very ornate red obi.
Ooh, excellent.
Probably took her like an hour to tie. It's fine.
Yeah. So this is wrap it 12 times, giant bow.
Right.
It's like, okay. It gets in the way of my shooting arm. Yeah. So do you have an agenda that anyone would like to pursue as we're here?
I would like to mingle and like try to collect information about where people's like minds are at about how the competition's going.
Yeah. It'd be courtesy something.
Courtesy something.
Yes.
Okay, social skills. I am so thankful for this sheet.
Right.
I'm gonna go water
Courtesy
and just
water.
be charming.
Okay, yeah, that works. And you'll get
yeah,
rerolls
so just,
because of Benton's blessing.
Yeah, so just like walking around, like coming up, like complimenting people, like oh, you're representing clan really well, blah 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 blah. Yeah, just super open and charming, and just lots of fake like laughs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Make the rolls.
Okay. Do it.
Well, you've got one success. Because you get to keep 3, right? You get to keep, you rolled 3 ring dice, one of which had a opportunity and a strife, and 2 skill dice, both of which had an opportunity. Thanks to our house rule, that turns into
Right.
1 success and a strife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 1 success and a strife. I will mark that.
Moto Batfire's a little nervous because he had a problem with a couple of things and hasn't quite locked in his Genpuku yet. Same with Shiba Toya. And that's probably why they're both drunkenly leading the song, is because they're blowing off steam trying to like recenter themselves for tomorrow. Those are the 2 who are most lagging behind, although Kitsuki, what's his name? Hang on. I have a list of their names right here, actually. I should just have that up. Yasuki Jun also had some problem with the more athletic feats yesterday, the horsemanship and the bowmanship and stuff like that. And so he is looking forward to the ability to get more points tomorrow. Beishi Meilin is smug and confident and is like, I got this. This is going to be great. It's a phoenix and a crane. Okay. I will find a way to beat both of them. Yeah.
Okay. So I have to take her down. Exactly. So you said Go is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Go is one of the ones tomorrow.
Do I get any sort of impression on who might be like someone to watch out for?
Yasuki Jun.
Okay.
Yeah. He seems to be the gamesman of the group. Kind of this. Yeah, so the Yasuki, for context, are the Crab Clan traders. It is their job to ensure that enough supplies make it to the Caillou Wall, and that there is enough money to continue running the intense and regular military operations of the Crab Clan. So they are known to be very crafty, highly skilled, highly competent in the realm of trading and negotiations and trickery and stuff like that. And so it is unsurprising to you that he would be the one who is most likely to be your go threat.
Okay.
He's the go-to guy.
Right.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Right. Yeah.
Happy Father's Day. Here's the dad joke.
Yeah.
It's very black and white.
Yes, it is. It's very black and white that he's the go-to guy. Indeed.
Okay. Interesting.
That just hit. Oh, God.
You're welcome.
For those unfamiliar with Go.
For those that are familiar. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Sayaka's going to spend a while just, mingling around, pouring sake, just kind of, just chatting with people.
Sweet. Right.
Getting all that sweet info.
Sweet info. Right?
What would Ray be doing? Honestly, just kind of quietly observing. Like taking note, especially of who is drinking a little too much, because they're gonna not be a threat tomorrow.
Hitoshi. Shiba Toya, Mirumoto Batfire, all very drinky. Who is not drinking is Yasuki Jun and Bayushi Meilin. Also, out of the corner of your eye for a moment, kind of standing over and looking disapprovingly at Hitoshi, and he's just there for a second, is Doji Satsume's ghost.
Just popping in. just a little ghost visit.
I'm gonna go sit next to Hitoshi.
Poor Hitoshi.
Poor thing.
God damn it. We need to swap out Hitoshi's sake with Yusuki's sake.
Yusuki sake?
Yusuki sake, yeah.
You want to try and do that?
We need to get that gamer drunk.
Drunk gamer. Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go
Okay.
sit next to Hitoshi.
Okay. Hey,
Just-
Kaido-san.
Hitoshi-san, how are you feeling about the games?
Not. I'm sure all will be well.
I am sure, but perhaps you should not disadvantage yourself before the games begin. And I kind of indicate the sake cup.
This is a very little bit of sake to me. Grew up on ships. We drink sake day and night. I will not be drunk for a good long time, hopefully.
Of course, you know yourself best.
But I thank you for your consideration. Continuously, you and your friends watching out for me. That Soshi-san, is he a friend of yours? Or, she? Is she a friend of yours?
She has been my travel companion to this championship.
She gave me a scroll and told me to read it. Should something dishonorable happen to me.
Soshi-san is Scorpion, and caution is therefore very warranted.
Aye.
However, I do not believe that she is currently acting out of any malice towards you.
Okay. It is rare that a scorpion gift is anything other than poisoned, and I mean no offense to Soshi-san.
Caution is very warranted, yes. I do not know her motivations, but she has not done anything untowards as of yet.
That is good to know. Saki?
Of course.
He hands a little sniffer over to you. Clink.
Yes.
And as you clink your sake cups, one moment, let me pull up my notes. Oh god, oh, I'm in the wrong place. Oh no, I have notes for this somewhere, I promise. Totally unprepared for my own smash cut. Your revelry is interrupted by the arrival of a group of 12 poorly dressed ruffians with swords. Ronin. In fact, Kuroyuki, you recognize one of them. These masterless samurai come in loudly, and they slam their fist on the front table and demand wine as they rudely take seats and begin to lob insults at all of the contestants, including you all. One of them looks at... I really should have just had these up. I know I'm beating myself up over stream too much, and that's horrible, but okay. One of them looks at the crowd and goes, "What a motley assortment! These must be the ugly children, the ones the clans marry away as soon as they can." And one of them looks at you, Sayaka, and goes, "What is that? Fine clothes but no swords? Are you samurai or merchants?" What do you do?
Okay. Crap. We need Hitoshi to pass, so I can't sick Hitoshi on them.
One of them looks at Shibatoya, who kind of has taken a step back, and goes, "Are you afraid of us? Why don't you ask your invisible friends to do the fighting for you?" And this one kind of steps up into Toya's face.
I'm going to start swaying.
You're just going to swing?
Oh, jeez.
No, not swing. I'm going to start swaying.
Oh, swaying. Okay. I completely misheard that. To what end?
I'm going to pull out my sake cup because I have one.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of shuffle a little bit closer to them, acting like I'm drunk.
One of them, as you get closer, kind of steps up in front of you and pushes you. And then when he realizes you're Scorpion, he takes 2 steps back and kind of bows a little bit and quickly turns to Moto Batbayar and goes, "Friends, be sure to speak more clearly so that the Gaijin can understand."
Damn.
I'm I'm gonna shuffle up to the one that pushed me,
Okay.
and he's armed, right?
They are indeed armed.
Does he have a wakizashi at his side, or
Only
is it in his
katana.
hand?
Only a katana.
Only katana?
Yes.
And is it at his side or in his hand?
At his side. They're not brandishing swords in a sake house.
I'm going to lean up really close to him and have my blind side be the majority of what he sees.
Yeah.
With only a little bit. I only turn a little bit so that I can actually see him. And I'm just going to say, you're behaving very rudely as guests of this establishment.
He'll actually whisper to you, looking really confused. "Toshi-sama, we're here for the Scorpion Clan. What are you doing?"
I just smile sweetly at him. and I'm still swaying. I'm going to go, "Friend, I truly think that you have made a mistake." And I'm going to like lean into him. And while I do that,
Yeah.
I'm going to grab his katana.
Time to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Because that will incite the group. Please remember to click on your token on the combat page if you're not on it prior to rolling initiative. I will roll initiative in 2 batches. So this would be when I say roll initiative, this is a skirmish, so everyone needs to make a tactics check. If you believe you were ready for the conflict, you would roll focus. If you believe you were not ready for the conflict, you would use vigilance as your skill. Or I'm sorry, as your ring. Is that correct? The character can use any ring for this check, add 1 plus a number of... Oh, no. Okay, so as this is the first time we're doing combat, we should just go through it step by step, right? Okay, so first thing,
Fair.
we roll initiative. It is a TN1 tactics check plus the ring of your choice.
Okay.
Cool. Add 1 plus the number of bonus successes on the check to either focus or vigilance, depending on the preparedness for the conflict, to determine the initiative value.
Okay.
This is going to be one of those situations where you get entertained by watching me try to math.
Tactics.
Okay.
Where? Is it a scholar skill? Oh no, it's
it is a
skill.
martial
Okay.
skill, indeed.
Found it.
Conflict, use the focus attribute. 10 and 11. Okay, so nobody clicked on their token. Thank you.
Where's the token?
It's literally got your name on it. Go down here. Boink.
Sorry.
I give you everything.
Oh!
So sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right. I'll just add you to the turns, and you tell me how many successes over 1 did you get plus your vigilance or focus.
Do the super successes count here?
Yes, you would re-roll exploding dice.
Okay, I'm sorry, Willow came in for a second. Which one was it that when you're prepared for the fight?
It is focus.
So I got 1 success over plus 3 focus.
All right, so that is going to be 4 for you. Sweet.
And we
Michi,
reroll explodings, right?
you do indeed re-roll explodings.
Okay.
I got 1 success over 1, and then I'm gonna use vigilance. She wasn't ready to fight, but she was like aware of stuff. So yeah, vigilance. So
Okay.
Vigilance of 3, so 4.
Okay. Doink. And then
Okay.
Michi.
So that is 4 successes, so 3 over.
Okay, so
Oh,
3
nice.
over plus your vigilance.
Vigilance of 3.
So 6. Nice. Okay. So the order will be the ruffians, and then Michi, Ray, Lily, Kuroyuki. Cool. All right. So, but because I'm going to call this a sneak attack, even though they're moderately prepared for combat, I'm going to allow you to try and grab at that guy's sword.
Okay.
And so that would be a probably melee unarmed of your choice. Ring that you believe is most appropriate.
Sorry, I was on the wrong sheet.
Oh, I actually had your character sheet up instead of Motobat by ours. Who I will not be running in combat this time, as I'll be focusing on learning your all stuff.
Where are my skills?
He will get NPC'd out.
There.
On the narrative
Okay,
screen.
so
Yeah.
It's an unarmed ring of my choice.
Yeah, unarmed ring of your choice.
Okay, let's go with this one.
So it's an exploding die, a stress, a strife, and a success. I'll re-roll the exploding. Sweet. That is an opportunity and a strife. So you will take one strife and have 2 successes.
Okay.
All right. That is enough for you to lock him up. And at first he wasn't even going to go for it. You go to grab it. It's not enough to get the sword out, but you are now both wrestling over his katana. And so nobody takes any damage from that. But you both now are kind of locked up in one-on-one combat as he's trying to keep you from drawing the sword. But you've got your hand on the hilt and he's got his hand on you going, "What are you doing?" And everybody else starts fighting. One of them rushes immediately up to Kaido Ray and tries to just take a swing at your face.
Oh.
Yeah. They're not screwing around.
Mean.
I know.
Oh, shit.
And we'll get 3 successes so far, and an exploding. Well, we'll get 2 successes, one of which is exploding. Sweet. Go ruffian. All right. So we'll roll one more ring. Boink. That's 4 successes, or that is a total of 3 successes and 1 strife. As he comes up to punch you, whoopah! You are going to take, because here's how damage works. You will take 1 fatigue.
Okay.
You are not wearing any armor, correct?
I mean, I am wearing sanctified robes.
That does not count.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are not armor.
All right.
Cool. So as he hits you, you'll take 1 fatigue. If your fatigue exceeds your getting you endurance, you start taking crits. Crits do not immediately kill you, but they do. But what they do is force you to start drawing off the crit deck, essentially, to see what happens.
Okay.
Can I point out, I don't know if this makes any difference, but the sanctified robes have physical defense 1.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, then it would make a
Right.
difference. Then yes, absolutely. He did not get an opportunity, but he comes up to you and he just pushes you really hard, but it doesn't do any damage because he only.
Okay.
Oh no, it actually does 3 damage because it is a TN1 on the first round to hit you. It's a TN1 to hit everybody on the first round, unless you were ready for the combat. So whap, he hits you. You take 2 because 3 successes minus 1 physical, so you take 2 fatigue.
Oh boy.
As he pushes you back. Sit down, little one. And then another one, the one on you, Tsuruyuki, or Kuroyuki, just goes to try and clock you. Whap! His TN will be 2 against you because you're ready for it. He gets 2 successes, which is just enough to whap you in the face for 1.
Okay, and I'm wearing sanctified robes and my concealed armor.
Yeah, so but he's still trying to, until you disengage from his sword, the rest, he will not disengage from his sword with his other hand. He's really just trying to, beat you off of the grapple, but isn't, he's It almost feels like he's trying to pull his punches as well, because he's like, but I was hired by the, as you know, Scorpion. I just told you that because I thought you were working with the person who hired me, because don't all Scorpion work together, is what his brain is thinking. Not that you know that yet.
Right.
But that's fine. Yeah.
That's how it works.
I'm not actively trying to interfere with my own clan's doings. No.
Right?
I'm just a little drunk.
And you see a bunch of the Ronin run out into the room, and they start engaging in one-on-one, like, fisticuffs with people. There's one left, and it charges after Doji Sayaka. And will do a big old punch to the face. Boop! And miss. Just completely whiff. Sad face. Okay, Michi, it's your go.
All right. Okay. So I am reading the combat
Indeed.
rules. Yeah.
Now you will choose your stance. Round 1 is based on whatever ring you rolled in initiative. I should have said that earlier, but it's the first time we're running, so I'm gonna make mistakes.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then at the beginning of every turn, after turn 1, you can choose to change your stance.
Okay. So my stance is currently water.
Sweet. So the water stance. During your turn, you may perform one additional action that does not require a check. This action cannot share the same type with another action you perform this turn.
Okay. I am going to use a support action.
Okay.
And I am going to where did it go? It's actually going to be a ritual. Commune with the spirits.
All right.
Um,
So what does commune with the spirits do?
Commune with the spirits. As a downtime activity or support action, you may make a TN1 theology check using air, earth, fire, water, or void to appeal to nearby spirits of that element for aid.
So it is as a downtime or as a support action?
Or as a support,
Huh,
yes.
that's great. So you can quickly be like, help! Kami of Saki! Help me!
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So what sort of Kami are you calling on, and what is the effect you're hoping to achieve?
So I am going to call on the air kami around us
Mm-hmm.
to create kind of like a whirlwind in this room.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of throw people off guard. Let them know that they're not just fucking with physical people. There's other things going on here.
There's more happening here, and that is an invocation, an air invocation, right? Oh no, what is
It's
it?
an air ritual.
Air ritual called what?
Commune with the spirits.
Oh, where is it? I'm just looking for the rule for it. Ritual. Let me look at ritual. I want to see something in rituals real quick. Rituals are religious ceremonies performed with a piece of kami, draw force or blessing. Unlike invocation rituals are not the rarefied secrets of Shugenja schools. Instead, they're the day-to-day practices performed still. They're miraculous. Subtle ones, the priest trying to keep so I'm gonna say rituals take more time than a single round of combat. Just after having read it, it says they're performed during downtime and potentially during other types of scenes at the GM's discretion. But being that it is a religious ceremony and not like a spell, I want to say it feels not in keeping with the spirit of rituals to have them be able to be cast in combat.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
I have. Trying to see what else I have. No, that's fine. Oh, I have Tempest of Air. Why am I not using that?
You should use that. There you go. Shugenja that stuff up.
Yeah.
So that is, as an attack action, you may make a TN3 Theology Air check targeting each character at range 2-3. So this guy is technically, let's talk about range bands for a second. You are at range band 0 to him, which is fisticuffs. Because you are in the air stance, you can take your additional action to move one range band away. you can attempt to make that 2 range bands by making an athletics check with
Okay.
a ring of your choice.
All right. Let's do
We're
that.
learning combat,
Yay!
Yay.
which would allow you to target him specifically.
So that is an athletics.
Yes. Or fitness. I'm sorry, fitness.
Okay.
Because athletics is D&D, not L5R.
All right. So I am going to. Do I want to roll that with water or void?
It's up to you. Void would be like you're like, how would void be? I love it because void is just so open to interpretation. Water is obviously you're being squirrely. Void would be like, I guess, predicting where he's going to be and then not being there.
Void is no mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, just moving without thinking.
Yeah. So you've got, remember, you can also spend a void point to re-roll 1 additional and keep 1 additional ring die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
Which I would actually say you should do here because you failed.
Huh?
You
I
got 0
rolled it.
successes. And
I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh, I was looking at my dice from before and being silly. Please roll. Or you get 3 successes and an opportunity and 2 strife. Or 1 strife
Oh.
because you can bleed one of them off with the opportunity,
Is
which
this
is totally enough to break away should you so choose.
Yeah, I'm gonna cancel one of the strife and
Okay.
then step away.
Yep.
And then use.
Yeah,
Tempest
using the
Flare.
fitness, you're able to kind of, not without even looking behind you, you're able to like visualize the room and quickly move between a couple of tables to create enough distance between you and him to use that effect.
All right. And so that is Theology Air for the Tempest of Air.
And it is TN3, so at the moment, you have not succeeded, but you have 2 exploding dice,
Yeah.
3 strife, and an opportunity.
All right. I'm gonna use the opportunity to cancel the strife.
Okay,
'Cause I
so you've got
3.
2 strife and 2 exploding dice. So go ahead and roll a ring and a skill die again and keep them. Roll and keep and roll. 4 successes. That's enough. So you're going to have 4 successes and 3 strife from casting this. And tell me if this is right to you, but is this the first time you're casting something in like direct conflict with someone else?
Yes.
Is this the first time
Yeah,
you were
like-
using magic and anger?
Yes.
Then go ahead.
Well, like I've used magic before in combat, but it's always been sparring, so it's always been just kind of there's ground rules and this has no rules, so it's like, oh god.
Oh god. Yeah. So he needs to make a TN4 fitness check in order to avoid this. Well, I mean, we'll see. Feels like, he did get an exploding die, so we'll roll that. So currently he is at 2 successes. 3 successes. 3 successes. Not enough. All right. Yeah, you knock him out. You feel the spirits of the wind move through you, and for a moment, because you used void, you just become one with the air in the room. You feel the reverberations of the fights. You feel kind of the echoes of air moving between fist hitting flesh, between table being flipped onto the floor. The vibrations roll through you, and you harness them and direct that energy and bid those spirits to pass through you and into your quarry, who is lifted up, spun around, and slammed into the ground by the wind, and is knocked out.
Yay!
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 Lily.
Okay. Clarifying question.
Clarifying answer.
So Ronin are masterless samurai.
They are indeed masterless samurai. Yes.
Are they still technically like
They're
not?
Go ahead.
Do Ronin like typically still follow Bushido?
Some do. So there's essentially in your mind as a fine, upstanding samurai of the Empire, there are two types of Ronin. There are the Ronin who pledge their swords to masters in the hopes of becoming fully, like, in some way, like regaining their honor, or like being a sellsword for some daimyo somewhere, right? The ones who like try and like cling onto society. And then there are the dirty bandits who just rob people all the time and who are honorless dogs, and I still have to treat them kind of correctly because of where they are in the Celestial Order, but they're honorless dogs who steal from people. Those are kind of the two types of, right? There are other types, and it is far more nuanced than that, but growing up within like honored.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if like in general it was like, oh, you're a Ronin, then you can just throw it out. Like okay, so it's wishy-washy.
Yeah, so for you, there's good Ronin and bad Ronin. And good Ronin are, the ones who are servants to their master, to your masters, and bad Ronins are the ones who aren't servants to your masters. Yeah.
Okay then. I think then so I'm not entirely sure how actions work.
Okay.
Can I make a check to like look to try and like observe something about them before I actually do my action?
I'm going to say yes for now. So every turn you can start by taking one action. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, you can see what those actions are. They are assist, helping someone else do a thing, calming breath, taking a moment to remove some stress or to remove some strife, challenge someone to a one-on-one fight, take a guarded position, maneuver to get in close or further away for someone, prepare an item, i.e. draw a sword, use a skill, so in this case your action would be to observe, hit someone, or wait for an opportunity and strike later.
Okay, gotcha.
So using your skill would count as your action.
Sure, fair. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to try to like kind of like take a step back from the fight and just like try to like look at all of these Ronin and see if I can like gather anything about them.
Okay. So that would be
well, like,
what are you thinking skill wise?
Let's see. I have one in skullduggery. Would that mean anything to like check out them being criminals and like what this? Because in Sayaka's head, this is like, okay, this is super weird. Why would they just come in while this tournament is happening and cause trouble? Like that seems like a really, really bad idea.
Yeah, right.
Like there's a shit ton of really like high level ranking samurai here. Like
not in this room right now, but yes.
Right, but like here, this was never going to end well for them.
Yes.
Like they might beat up a couple of aspiring samurai, but they're gonna get like handled.
Yeah,
like the Topaz champions here. Like
yes,
yo,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna roll skullduggery just to get an idea of like what I think their deal is.
Sure.
And then let's see.
What ring do you think should go with that?
I'm gonna go with air, because with trade, air is con, just kind of fitting with the whole like, okay,
what's your fucking deal?
Yeah, I have some idea of what criminals think. So let's do the thing. Okay, air, skullduggery 1, and roll.
All right, so 2 exploding successes, an opportunity, and 2 strife.
Okay. Would this count as a check for which my keen sight would be helpful?
Yes, because you are trying to parse the information here within a very tense situation with lots of stuff moving around, like sake cups and chairs and things.
Cool.
So yes.
Okay. I will re-roll the blank die, and then I'll also re-roll the 2 explodings.
Okay, give it up. So the blank die, we'll just call them in order. The blank die turned out opportunity. So you have, if you would wish, 2 successes, and then either, and 1 opportunity. No, if you want to keep both successes, you have one opportunity.
Yeah. So I'll use the opportunity to cancel out the strifes.
Okay. Well, it'll only cancel out one strife.
What about my white die?
You only get to keep 3 dice. Remember, you only keep dice equal to
right.
your
Yes.
range.
Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Righto.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll keep the top 3, 2 success, 1 strife.
Okay. So it's interesting that everybody's engaged with someone except for Bayushi Meilin, who no one is engaged with.
Ah.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, so
she, by the way, she seems confused, and every time she goes up to try and strike someone, they kind of move away from her, and will pick another target. So it doesn't appear to you that she's in on whatever's happening, but they have orders, it looks like, to try not to engage scorpions.
Okay.
So San has, of course, put a spanner in those plans, however.
Right, exactly, yes. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think I see that. I look around, catch a glance of that happening once, and then I watch Mayushi for a while and just like, oh, okay, yes, that keeps happening. Okay, interesting. Yeah. So yeah, my next thing that I want to do will be good to go over to her. But
the other thing you notice is it's 2-on-1 versus Hitoshi, and he is not doing well.
God damn it, Hitoshi!
Yeah. But with that, Sushi, it's your go. You are engaged with this guy. You've got one of your hands on his katana, and the other one's kind of warding off blows from him. He is trying to push you off of him, and is like, "Stop it! What are you doing?"
So, 2 things. One, because speaking, I can speak without it costing an action, right?
Yeah, you can speak without. Yes.
I'm going to shout out, "Hitoshi, this seems very dishonorable."
Oh, right.
Okay. And I'm going to this is my Aikido training coming to the fore.
Okay.
I want to pull on the katana so that his arm comes out slightly.
Yeah.
I want to slip my fan out with my other hand.
Okay.
Go under his arm and bring the fan up under his neck and shove so that he goes prone.
Okay. That's going to be a melee weaponry check. Melee
Tessin.
Tessin, which would be martial arts melee, indeed.
Can I just roll off the weapon?
Yeah, if you've got it set up, it should work.
Yep.
So 2 opportunity. Remember, you can spend a void to roll an additional die and keep it.
I don't have any void points left.
Whoop, whoop. He quickly dodges out of the way and goes, "Seriously, stop!" As he then goes to try and shove you off again, because he really doesn't want you on him. He has bigger fish to fry, and you were stopping him from frying them. He wants a fish fry, and you're giving him fish sticks, and he's very upset about that. He gets 2 successes, so he is able to shove you off, but it does no damage. And that's his whole go, is he pushes you off to get at range 1, so that technically you're no longer in combat, because I think the Tessin is a range 0 weapon, right? Does it say? Because they're war fans.
It's 0 to 1.
Oh, it's 0 to 1. So you're out of grapple with him, but you're still within Tessin range. So if you want to warfan him on your next go, you can. Combat continues all around you, and you see Bayushi trying to fight or Hitoshi trying to fight to get the scroll out, but he's having a hard time because it's 2-on-1 over there. He's gonna make a quick roll to see if he can get it out though, and we'll just make that this. It's got a pretty high TN because it's 2-on-1 here. He rolled 2 successes. And 2 strife, which is actually not enough for him to get it out. You see him go for it, and one of the dudes, one of the Ronin, stomps. He's down on the ground now, and he just takes his foot and stomps into his hand, into his chest, and you hear Hitoshi go, "Ah!" as it happens. But you do see Shibatoya and Moto Bapayar have taken their dudes out and are going over to help Hitoshi, as 3 of the ruffians are now down. Michi, it's your go.
I am going to take a calming breath.
which reduces. Is it a void meditation check? Is that right? Or is it just it's page 263 in the main book?
Yeah. It says, as a support action, take a deep breath to calm yourself and recover stamina.
Okay.
Yeah.
If your strife is greater than half your composure, remove 1 strife. Yep.
Yay.
If your fatigue is greater than half your endurance, remove 1 fatigue. Sweet. You take a moment, take a breath, center yourself. Don't overdo it. Lily.
Okay.
And if you have your books up, please turn to page 283, where you can find all of the actions.
Yes. I'm like jumping between parts of the book. Like, okay, what's Bayushi family's deal? Okay, back to actions. Back to Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go over to, is Bayushi, did anything happen to her in the time that between my last thing?
She's going over and trying to pull one of the guys. It looks like she's running over to try and pull one of the fighters off of Toshi. But they keep like pushing her away.
Right. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go over there kind of to that whole group.
Cluster.
Yeah, that entire whole cluster.
Yep.
And I'm gonna lean in, kind of like fake get myself involved, trying to pull them off of Hitoshi, but actually leaning into Bayushi.
Yep.
And kind of like lean in and like whisper into her ear. What do I say? I need something cool.
Quick! Insert cool line here.
Something like
the scorpion is trying not to sting the scorpion.
Call off your dogs or you will get far worse than a bite.
They're not my dogs, Crane-san. That's what she looks back to you and says. But you still have your action was actually maneuver to close in, because they were more than 0 range band from you. So to switch range bands, you would have to move in.
Sure, okay.
And in this case, narratively, you're not going to make a fitness test to get in there because it narratively makes sense, and so I think that's more important.
Right, no, I'm not I'm not actually trying to get involved. I'm just oh yeah, look at me, I'm participating.
Yes, but the maneuver itself will cost an action because you are in the middle of combat to get over there and say that. But you have gained new information. I will let you make a sincerity check to see if she's lying.
Okay, sure. Where's sincerity? Sentiment?
Sentiment, yes, sorry, not sincerity. Sincerity is actually from 4th edition and earlier. Sentiment, indeed.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll roll with air.
Yes.
Since air is analyze.
Yeah. So that is
hot dog.
You get to keep all 3 of those, which is a opportunity and a strife, a success and a strife, and an opportunity and a strife.
Okay. Wait, what's the air things again?
So for air.
Okay, I'm gonna take. So what I'm gonna do?
Yep.
I'm gonna keep all 3.
Okay.
Or well, I guess I'll just keep 2. It actually doesn't matter because I'm just gonna use one of the opportunity to cancel one of the strife.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'll keep. So I have.
So you have a success and a strife.
Yeah, a success and a strife.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna keep the other strife.
Okay.
So I can use the opportunity. To do the learn another character in the scene's demeanor and current strife.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'm gonna analyze if she's lying, and then also kind of just special air look or what getting more information basically.
Her strife is currently 7. Her demeanor is currently doink. Here we go. Assertive.
Assertive.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, so
Does-
she's like she's high on strife.
Yeah, she's high on strife. And she feels like she's in a position where she's normally in control and feels not in control right now. So is trying to regain control.
Right. Interesting. Okay, cool.
Sweet. Good on you.
Okay, then I will mark that I
Okay.
have 2 strife.
What is your strife up to?
Mine is currently at 5.
Out of?
8.
Nice. Okay. Kuroyuki.
Is there rice anywhere near me?
Yes.
And are there of the Ronin? Are there any that are like grouped up?
There's 2 on Hitoshi.
Okay, those are the only 2 that are grouped up though.
Yeah, it's actually starting to turn the other way at this point. As a number of your fellow contestants have taken out their quarry and are starting to kind of like close in on the clutch that's closest to the door, or around the 2 who are on Hitoshi.
Okay, I am going to take the rice
Mhm.
and hold some in my hand as an offering to the spirits, and I'm going to focus on the area
Mm-hmm.
of the 2 running on Hitoshi.
Okay.
I can only target one of them, but if I get bonuses, then I can target another one.
Sweet.
I'm going to do Grasp of Earth.
Grasp of Earth. Okay.
Ooh.
Which is Earth. TN3 Earth. Is that right?
TN2
TN2.
Earth Theology.
Okay. TN2.
Which means I need to go back to this part.
Earth Invocation.
Theology.
Grasp of Earth. Go. All right. Grasp of Earth. As an attack action, you may make a TN2 Earth check. Targeting one character, range 0 to 2. If you succeed, you summon cracks in the earth. Each target suffers supernatural damage equal to your Earth ring, always plus additional successes, and must resist with a TN4 fitness test or suffer the prone condition. Each target that fails their fitness test on an opportunity, you can also suffer the immobilized condition, and you can also reduce the damage each target suffers to 0 on an additional. So you can use it just to grapple. Okay. 3 successes.
Yeah, but I can only keep 2 of those, right?
Yes, you can only keep 2 of those, so it'll be 2 successes and a strife.
Mhm.
And so you'll only be able to target one of them, and with no additional opportunities. But what is your Earth Ring? 2?
2.
So it does 2 damage. Well, he needs to resist. So that is a fitness test. I should do all of the rules and not just, he gets... Oh, no, that's actually... I accidentally increased his rings by 1 when I was having him NPC someone else. He only gets 2 successes. So he takes 2 damage, and from the additional combat that had been happening around him, Hitoshi was getting some blows in. Moto Bapire is over there as well, kind of just like pummeling on the 2 of them. He's a big, bulky guy. And you see him get knocked out. Like, there's this in the earth, as you see the very nicely polished teakwood floors in here crack open, and a couple of splinters shoot up into this guy, and it just knocks him flat.
And I'm just going to turn and look at the guy that I was fighting before and have a slow smile come across my face with 0 sign of being drunk.
Nice. At the top of the round, they begin to flee because that's what happens when they lose a certain amount of people. They start running out. Are you all attempting to chase?
No.
No, I'm just going to make sure that the ones we knocked out stay there.
Excellent. They will try to grab the ones who are closer to the door who got knocked out with him, but unless you want to continue trying to engage them, you'll be able to keep 1. At which point, as they start running out, 2 Yoriki, which are essentially cops, come walking in and go, "What is going on in here, students?"
I open my fan and just start fanning myself. I go, "Some very rude people came in."
"Take your seats." And he goes,
I'll meekly
that
go
one.
and take my seat.
And one of the Yoriki grabs the one who was not able to be recovered. "We're dragging him out. Expect letters to your daimyo about this." And then they walk out.
Wait, what?
In my head, I'm
They're going to
thinking,
tell your dads.
there's a chance he's going to applaud me.
They're gonna tell on.
They're going to tell on your dads.
What do we do?
Nothing.
Man.
It's not like you lost any honor or glory over it.
Man,
They're just you're
True.
pretty sure they're just throwing their weight around.
freaking cops.
I'm going to check on Hitoshi.
Oh.
He's looking hurt, but is he looking broken?
No. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, I come over to Hitoshi too. So you said his hand got stepped on or crushed or something?
It got stepped on as it was trying to go for the scroll that was in his kimono. But it doesn't look broken. It looks bruised. It's going to have a nasty bruise on it. That's my draw hand. Damn it.
And so now you're going to be at a disadvantage tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to pause for a moment and then hold up my sake cup and go, is there tea at this sake house?
Yes, Soshi-san.
Please bring me tea.
Of course. And you are brought tea.
Would I be able to use Path to Inner Peace to heal his hand?
Perhaps. I have to look at the rule real quick. What does it say?
It's a support action.
Okay. We are
Tea
definitely
and
out of combat.
Yeah. If you succeed, you mend your target's exhausted muscles. The target removes fatigue equal to your water ring plus your bonus successes.
Yes, that is healing. He has not suffered a critical. He has just suffered an intense number of fatigue.
Okay.
And then can I count this as engaging my passion?
You may remove 3 strife. So go ahead and make your roll, Ray.
Theology, water. Where are you, Theology? There you are.
Man, picking tea as my passion was...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good job.
So you can either have 2 successes and a stress, or 1 success. You need the 2 successes, though, right?
Yes, but I'm only seeing 1 success and 2 opportunities.
You have... Oh, because you only get to keep 2. Wop, wop. Yeah, so something about the stress of the day. You start reaching out to the kami, and you were so impressed with yourself internally, with being able to really, in the moment of combat, reach out and call to the spirits of air, that when you attempt to call to the spirits of water, they feel a little jealous, actually, that you did so awesomely to air, that they're like, no, not now. Maybe later. Sorry.
The spirits of water are cats.
No,
No,
Not
I'm
into
gonna
it.
sit over here.
Yep. Not super not
Sit by
into
the
that.
window, actually.
Yep.
You see a sake bottle just tip over off the edge of the table.
Yep.
I am going to what's the are they called carafes? What does sake come in?
Sake bottles. Sake carafe.
bottles?
Sure. Sake containment units.
Yeah, whatever the sake containment unit
Yes.
is called. Grab one of those. Walk back over to Bayushi Meilin and give a big wide smile and say, Bayushi-san, would you care to join me for a drink?
Perhaps another time, Doji-san. I have to go speak with someone. You'll excuse me, I'm honored by your request, but I must go.
Oh, are you sure? I was so hoping to get a chance to speak with you.
I understand, and I would normally be very happy to have a conversation with you, but really I must.
Are you perhaps going to speak with one of your friends?
I would not deign to pry into your private business, and I would ask that you show me the same respect.
I see.
And unless you have anything else to say, she will turn around and leave the inn, the sake house.
Yes. I want to tell her. She's getting up and going to leave. And before I love how little and calculated I can be with this just because that's the fucking setting and I love it. What happened?
Oh, we got rated. Thank you, Variant Rolls. You're amazing. Love you. Woo!
I wooed off my headphones. I'm back. So she gets up, leaves, and just before she gets the distance away, I would have to kind of talk a little louder. So she gets away from the table just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I say, perhaps when you're done.
She does not turn around as she's walking, but you hear a perhaps as she exits. The fight is over. People are starting to put themselves together and head home to rest up after this weird encounter with a bunch of Ronin. What are you all doing next?
I go back over to Hitoshi. You should get back so you can take care of your hand.
I agree, Doji-san. I felt like I was targeted there, but I couldn't get to the help that Soshi-san proffered to me. I will do better next time.
Of course. Very well, let's go.
Of course. And he will head back to the Laughing Carp.
We'll go with him.
Okay. Getting back over there, super easy. There's no accostaments or anything. So the night is yours if there's anything final you would like to do before day 2 of the contest
So we
begins.
come back down to our composure, right? Or half our composure?
Yes, you will come back down to half composure.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of lean into Hitoshi. I feel like that particular trouble is past. Do you still want the ward?
Give me my spell back.
He pulls it out and hands it to you. I'm sorry I was unable to use it.
It takes practice. Thank you. And I'll actually slip it up my sleeve.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out the divination kick.
All right. So lose an additional 3 strife. You've gotten your vision for today, so there's no reason to roll on this one unless you really, really want to. But you would be risking additional strife this time. Essentially, the way I want to play that is if we're having a longer play day, like a full RP day like this, even for one of your downtimes, I'd love it. I'd love for you to be able to affect a divination, even if it's for stress relief, because I feel like that is more narratively interesting than just, But additional uses of it during that day do not provide additional divination, and so are purely used for stress relief.
And I also feel like she's kind of using it to kind of soothe the water kami.
Yeah, sorry. I might have been a little pushy. Yes. And you feel at peace afterwards and are able to bleed off 3 more strife.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go to Izumi.
Yes.
And if she's not busy, I don't know what she does when she's not being doing attendant things.
She is flipping through a book of calligraphy, like artistic calligraphy.
Cool. Okay. I'm gonna ask if she has any work that she's done. Wait, she doesn't do the painting. Crap.
She does not. She's an art dealer. She is your art dealer in training.
Okay. Instead, I am going to I'm gonna give her a casual quiz.
Okay.
So she's reading a book, coming in and oh, okay, cool book. And then pointing at a thing and do you remember when that style was invented or whatever? Like, I'm not trying to make it like intimidating at all. I'm just it's like we're having a conversation that I'm also just like poking her brain to see what she remembers, and then like if she gets one wrong, I'm not gonna like do anything. It's like, oh, okay, so like just for your information, that one's this, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Thank
just
you. Yes.
as a way, basically I'm indulging my vice.
Fascinating, Doji-sama, which is being always right. Yeah.
Or my brushwork stuff.
For your brushwork stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Just for your Benton's blessing radar, she does not appear to be attracted to you.
Fair.
Okay. Just FYI.
Fair and valid.
Yes. Thank you, Doji-sama. That's very informative. Go ahead and bleed off 3 strife.
Cool.
And with that, we're going to take our first break for the day. For those of you who are listening podcast-while, this is the end of episode 3. For those of you who are hanging out on Twitch, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back in 10 minutes or so. So everyone say bye. We love you. Bye.
Bye. See you in a little bit.
All right. I need to actually set up studio mode because I'm silly. Doink, doink, doink. Okay, we're out. Come back. Okay, we're back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Steel Blossom Moon, our Legend of the Five Rings role-playing game here on Welcome to the Party. We're very excited to have you. So, when we last left our intrepid adventurers, they had made their way to the poisoned sake inn. I just lost the name of the place because I'm smart. Poisoned Water Sake House, where they originally had a great time and were drinking and playing games and talking to people and watching. And then a bunch of ruffians came in who Soshi Kuroyuki had followed earlier in the day and realized that that same group had been talking to the runner-up of the Topaz Championship, Bayushi... Boop, 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 to my dramatis prophone, Sugai, Bayushi Sugai, who apparently gave them some orders, and then the boss of that group ran off, and Soshi followed them, and they were hiding in kind of a little dip where the river is between the Kikita Dueling Academy and the sake and the city itself. And that night, that same group of ruffians shows up at the Poisoned Water Sake House and creates a ton of trouble, ganging up on Hitoshi, trying to break his hand, and generally causing havoc, although not targeting specifically the Scorpion, despite Soshi Kuroyuki's attempt otherwise. And we find the party now after the party. We find the team now after the party heading home to the Red Lotus Tea House, the House of the Laughing Carp, where they are staying for the tournament, as tomorrow begins day 2 of the Topaz Championship. Do you have anything else? You've all done some downtime. You've all been able to bleed off a little bit of strife. Is there anything else you'd like to do before hitting the sack? No, good. Sweet. Okay. The night passes uneventfully as you recover from the day's events and the evening's ruckus. Waking in the morning, you dress in a light kimono, gi, and sandals provided for the... What?
Sorry, I was muted for some reason.
Okay, did you have something you wanted to do?
Yes.
What did you want to do?
I was going to stay up for a while, like longer than I usually would, to see if Bayushi decides to stop by. Because I hid an invitation to come by.
You did hide an invitation to come by. She does not. Bayushi Meilin, we mean, right? Not Bayushi Sugai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
she
sorry.
Does,
yes.
Yeah. She does not come by.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
If that's the way she's gonna play.
Scorned!
Okay.
Scorned! Okay, sorry. But otherwise, the night passes uneventfully. And in the morning, you make your way back to the Kikita Dueling Academy grounds, where Kitsuki Yoshimi and Bayushi Sugai stand waiting for the group to assemble. The young dragon woman looks pleased by the bright morning and light breeze coming up from the river, but Sugai casts an immediate and harsh glance at Hitoshi as he steps through the gates. It takes a few moments for everyone to filter in, but soon enough, Yukimi says, "Good morning, students. I hope the night treated you well and you're rested and full for today's contests. First will come weaponry, then poetry, law, go, and finally hunting. Followed this evening by a celebratory feast at the estate of the province of Magistrate Daidoji Hakami. Now, any questions before we begin? No? Good. Sugai-san, please escort them to the weaponry challenge." And you're taken, Bayushi Sugai stands out in front of you all and curtly says, "This way. It's a short walk." And then heads off to one of the open-air dojo that are on the other side of the compound. There, polished wooden floors and racks of wooden weapons greet you, as do 2 judges, a member of the Lion Clan you do not recognize, and none other than the Gray Crane himself, Kikita Toshimoko. Everyone takes a seat on the prepared mats for them, and Kikita stands up. He kind of jumps up to his feet and says, "Every samurai should be willing to fight and die for their lord. Even you courtiers and artists should know the art of a swift strike, the hidden feint, and the brutal charge. Lessons learned here have more use than just on the battlefield. You will pick a weapon of your choice from those on the rack, Draw a chit from the clay pot, and you will be matched against the person sharing your same color. Remember, focus, adapt, and overcome, and you will win the day. The judges for this are a Lion Clan member named Akoto Aiko and, of course, Kikita Toshimoko. There is of course, if we remember from last time we were doing contests, if you choose the right elemental approach, you get a bonus point. Also, succeeding at the TN of the challenge, which starts as a base TN2 martial arts melee check, will score you a second point.
Oh, wait, it's melee?
Yeah.
Crap.
Yes. Archery was yesterday.
Huh?
Archery was yesterday.
It was?
Yeah. Wasn't it? Oh, no, it's later today.
Oh.
Isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's the second to last thing.
Got it.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
second to last thing. I thought it was yesterday because I was writing my notes recently, and so it was more fresh in my mind. Yarp. So, as you all begin to draw your chits, each of you is paired up with another member here. Let me pull up my thingy for that. You, Doji Sayaka, you are paired with Bayushi Mei-lin. Yeah. Soshi Kuroyuki, you are paired with Miramoto Hanada of the Dragon Clan. And Kaito Rei, you are paired with Moto Batbayar of the Unicorn Clan. So would any of you like to go first?
I'll go first.
Do it to it. Let's see. Weapon.
So how do you approach this? As you step up?
It's one of those things where I second guess myself when I'm deciphering clues.
No, you're cool. Just as again, focus, adapt, and overcome.
That tells me that there are 3 techniques that I should be using.
There's only one.
Okay. Do.
As you step up, Miramoto grabs katana and a wakizashi and takes a defensive stance with the wakizashi sitting backwards in his hand and the katana up above his head, like this. Boink.
Oh.
Waiting for you to make your choices.
I'll grab a wakizashi.
Okay.
And just a wakizashi.
They're all wooden, by the way. These are all sparring weapons. None of these have, like,
Sure.
blades on them.
And I will do a water stance.
Okay. So you are making a TN2 melee check.
Melee?
Melee.
Okay. Wata.
So you get one success. You don't get one success. You get no successes. Wop wop. You rolled at best 2 opportunity. I imagine you won't want to keep the 1 strife.
That's true.
Okay. They do, however, seem to appreciate your attempt for a more flowing reactive stance. Kaito Rei, you are next.
All right. I am going to grab a bow staff.
Okay.
And just kind of also take the very flowy, adaptable water stance.
Okay.
And try that.
You also fail, sadly, and are quickly struck by your opponent before you can. You both bow. You take your stance, and it's a flash of light that you're hit, and it's the sparring is over. But once again, there's some nodding of approval from both the lion and the dragon the lion and Kikita Toshimoko that you attempted to do something with the water stance.
Ah,
your
yes, you
No
tried.
successes. And yes.
Flowed right into that, just fine.
Doji Sayaka and Bayushi Meilin
Okay.
just pair off against each other. She's in a single pose with a wooden katana and is standing there still.
Can I have Gao?
Gao? What is Gao?
They're hook swords.
No, you cannot have Gao. They are not an honorable weapon for a samurai to use. unless you're from Mantis, and you're not. They are specifically a Mantis weapon. So no, you cannot have Gao.
Oh, they're so cool.
You are a doji of the Crane clan. You do not use hooked weapons.
But they're tricky and weird.
There are spears, swords, and bows.
I was just picking through all of the different swords.
There are katanas, wakizashis, bows, and spears.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a spear pole army kind of like staff thing then.
Okay. That was 3 different types of weapon, but that's cool.
So, something long and made out of wood.
Okay. Do you want it to have a pointy end, or do you want it to have a bladed end, or do you want it to have a blunt end?
Blunt end.
So you want a bow. Okay, you want a bow staff.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. You pick up a bow staff. Very well done.
Okay.
Okay. And she's got her katana, and she just kind of stares you in the eye. She'll actually lower her stance for a moment and bow.
I'll match and return the bow.
What stance do you take?
I am going to basically I'm gonna wait and let her take the first move and then try to fit with what she does.
Okay.
To a degree of just knowing that fighting and this kind of thing can be her jam. So
yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find an opening, get in, and adapt to her first action.
Fantabulous. TN2, martial arts melee check.
Water.
Wada. 3 successes so far with an exploding success and 2 strife. Nicely done. So go ahead and roll the exploding success. And an opportunity. Okay, let me check.
Okay. So then I'm going to keep the success, and a strife, and then the opportunity.
So you're going to have 1 strife, 3 success. Because you get to keep all 3 rings plus the additional ring die you rolled. You get all 4 of those dice.
Oh, I get all 4 of them?
Yes, when you roll an exploding die, you keep whatever you roll.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you for clarifying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. So 3 successes, 1 strife. I will mark that.
Okay. How do you knock her down?
So I think she when she comes at me, I spin the bow staff and hit the katana out of the way. And then do a kind of a sweep with it after I block her attack. And then so she falls back on her butt, and then I put the staff in her face.
I love it. She gets down and she falls with a grunt. Ugh. Well fought. And
You as well.
Kind of kips back up onto her feet.
Spin it back. Oh, I was gonna spin it around and say would you like a hand up?
She'll take it.
Okay.
Wink. And
how did your chat go last night?
She looks at you, she bows, and she walks away.
Okay.
And as you turn to look, you see Akoto, I'm sorry, not Akoto, Miyamoto Hanada, not Miyamoto Hanada, I'm sorry, I just, Hitoshi and Kikita Riku standing there, just staring at each other. And they are in like this who's going to strike first sort of, you feel the tension rippling between them. And in a flash of movement, Kikita Riku knocks the weapon out of Hitoshi's hand. Although there were at least 3 strikes that happened in there that just happened so quickly. It was like... So he totally kept his own and did really well against someone who is being schooled at the Kikita Dueling Academy.
Okay.
And probably passed, but was in the end defeated there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
In other words, super worried. He just got like...
Yeah. No. In other words, he made his TN, but she's the best duelist here.
That's totally fair. Awesome.
Which is why they were paired up. But aren't we all drawing random tokens? I don't know. Are we
all drawing random tokens?
Given a chance to change clothes, you're taken inside to the main estate of the Kikita Dueling Academy, a gorgeously built building of wood and rice paper with rich paintings of famous duels and duelists adorning the walls, ancient sets of armor, and the daisho of former Kikita masters in full display. You're taken deep through the hallways of the building to the entrance to a small library, where you're asked to wait. A live-looking middle-aged gentleman in the garb of the Crab Clan comes out and says, "Welcome, students. We will ask you to compose a poem upon a theme of your own our choosing. You will enter in predetermined pairs and will each be asked to compose your own poem on the subject that we give you. But remember, it is not we who are the poets. It is the universe itself." And so this will be a TN2 composition check.
Interesting.
Yes. And the first 2 people called in are actually Ray and Kikita Riku. As you're brought in, there are 3 judges sitting there. An elderly scorpion woman, a middle-aged dragon courtier, and the crab bushi who originally came out and addressed you all. And as there's 2 writing desks facing each other, and so keep in mind all tables here are relatively low. You kneel when you sit here for the most part. And so there are these very finely embroidered pillows on either side of these 2 desks. There is a single piece of rice paper and quill and ink sitting next to them. As you sit, the dragon courtier stands up and goes, "We would like you to write on the topic of devotion."
Okay.
And you have the option to either write something or just make the roll.
I am terrible at poetry.
Then you can just make a roll. That's totally fair.
Okay, let's do this.
All right. So I'm going to sit there quietly. I'm not going to touch the quill yet. Just kind of sit there and clear my mind and breathe for a moment before then just letting what comes out come out.
That is 1 success, 2 opportunity, and 1 strife. And you used void, is that correct?
Yes.
Your poem's okay. It's not great. But seeing your... they do seem to be approving of the way that you approached it. Can you tell us, like, a theme that you wrote on?
I wrote a poem... specifically about the sake house brawl last night, but with themes of how that was about being devoted to my fellow samurai against a threat that came in for no discernible reason.
Nice. That's a good theme. All right. And you are both ushered out after you write your poems. And the next group in is Doji Sayaka and Miramoto Hanada. Taken into the same room with these well-adorned pillows to kneel upon and the 2 writing desks. The young crab stands up, or the crab courtier stands up and goes, I would like you to write on hope. It's a TN2 composition chest. The approach of your choice.
So Sayaka's gonna like so they come in and like kneel in front of the writing desk or whatever on the mats. Sayaka's gonna close her eyes and just like listen to the courtier like talk.
Mhm.
And as soon as he says like, I want you to write on hope, like she's just gonna like take the first thing that comes to her mind as like the sign of what she's supposed to be writing about.
Okay.
And just go with that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll with void.
Okay. That'll be a void comp test. 2 successes, two strife, or 1 success. Wow. You
I'm
have 1
always gonna
void.
laugh.
Yeah, at the void
when
comp
you say
test.
void comp. Yes.
Yeah. I will also always laugh when I say void comp. So
cool.
yeah.
So 2 and 2.
But it's going to be 1 success only, sadly.
Oh no! I can only keep 1.
You can only keep 1. But you did take the appropriate approach, which I should really only say after I, have all of you do your thing, not to give away the game, but whatever. We're learning how to play.
Fair.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Another couple people go through, and then it's Kotoyoki and Kitsu Tsubasa, the Lion Clan Shugenja.
Has Hitoshi already gone?
No, not yet.
Before I go in, I'm going to be standing by Hitoshi.
Okay.
And I'm just going to remark, I find that true artistry comes through when there's no thought to behold in the mind. Just kind of give him the hint.
Yeah.
And then I'll go through.
Thank you, Soshi-san. As you come in, you both sit down at your opposing writing desks, and the elderly scorpion courtier stands up and goes, I would like you to write on duty. Duty.
I became a 5-year-old for just a second.
And duty. Okay, there, got it out.
I'm also not good at poems, so I'll just do the roll.
Okay.
Composition. And I will roll with void. And I will basically do what I do when I create words. I will just center myself and let the spirits speak to me as they will.
Okay. So you get to keep 3, which is a success, a strife, and 2 opportunity.
Okay, I'll cancel the strife with one of the opportunities.
Again, as you said, poetry not your strong suit. You didn't do great here. You did approach it properly. And you were both ushered out. What was your subject in terms of duty?
I'm actually going to remark on the sacrifices that samurai have to make of themselves for their duty.
It's a good one. And
even when that impacts on other aspects of Bushido.
Interesting. I like it. Yeah, a very scorpion topic there. Duty. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, Hitoshi comes out cursing to himself and goes, poetry's worst. It's just the worst. No. They wanted me to sing a sailing song. I could have done that, but this is ridiculous. Not apparently the best thing ever. Okay, you're going to be taken to your next
I have my poem.
Oh, what is your poem? Oh, you wrote it? Okay, what is it?
Yeah. Okay. So my topic, the given topic was hope.
Yes.
It lives, it reaches, it feeds. It ruins, it breaks, it frees. Once, twice, thrice again. One must place more ink in the pen.
I like it. Take a XP for writing it out. Yeah, just go ahead and take one. That's pretty great. Awesome. Okay. So are there anything you guys want to do as you are walked to your next contest? Y'all, I'll get better at this. I'm trying not to say you guys anymore. Anything y'all want to try not to say you guys anymore? It is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rock on.
Yeah.
What is the next contest?
The next contest is law.
Law.
Oh dear.
Okay. So you all are taken to the same space where yesterday you answered the questions about courtesy, that tent just outside the dueling academy itself. But now you're expected to show your knowledge on the laws of Rokugan. 12 tatami mats are set in rows of 4 in front of a low table at which sits Akoto Aiko, Asako Hameya, and Bayushi Kiriko. Good morning, students. We hope the contest finds you well, says Bayushi Kiriko, a bored-looking scorpion courtier. We will call you up one by one and inquire upon your knowledge of the divine laws of the August Emperor Hentai the 38th. I hope you spent time studying this. Now, please, let's be seated and begin. The other two judges take a quick, worried glance at each other as if they're not sure that's how this was supposed to go, but honor precludes them from interceding. That was a very curt, very quick sort of delivery. And they're like, oh, okay. And then she calls up the first person, which is Hitoshi, who bombs it. Yeah, just nothing right. Nothing at all. Terrible. And then he is ushered out and waits for everyone behind. At the back of the tent. A couple more folks are called up, and then Kaito Ray, you're called up.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So the approach, I don't know. The roll will be a TN2 government or theology check, as you are asked questions on everything from the proper ways to supplicate to the kami to how one uses the imperial roads and goes about properly getting their paperwork to move upon the imperial roads, to who has authority over which sorts of crimes when, and what is the proper stations within the winter court, things like that, right? So it is both a religious and a legal battery of questions, which allows you to use either theology or government at TN2. And the approach is up to you.
All right. I am going to use an earth approach with theology because that's what I'm good at.
Okay.
I also feel like this would do my precise memory as well.
Yes, absolutely. So you'll get your 2-die reroll.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start with keeping 1 die. That 1 die is a success.
Yeah.
I would imagine with an opportunity.
Yeah. I'm definitely keeping that one, yeah.
Okay, now you can spend a void point, and we will say that you regained all your void points at rest. You can spend a void point to roll and keep an extra ring die in order to try and get that second success.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Along with my precise memory reroll.
Okay. Hope to get that exploding die. So you're going to roll a total of 2 ring die and 1 skill die.
All right.
Okay. So we'll say that the first die, because we should call that beforehand as it's throwing all the dice out at once. We'll go, the first die was your void die, and the second 2 were the reroll dice because they're next to each other. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So you will get 2 successes. And they look at you approvingly, and you get shepherded out. They did not comment at all, by the way, on your approach.
Okay.
As to whether
Rock's
it was
learning.
Yes.
No.
Doji Sayaka, you're next.
Okay. Yeah, she'll come in. I'm gonna roll with government. That's more what I'm on. I'm not much of a spiritual person, but I know my laws, kinda.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go with an air approach, just so since it's analyze, she's gonna think carefully about each question and try to answer the actual point behind them.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
And
I don't know if it's right or wrong,
okay.
but it makes sense.
Government and air. Whoop.
See your logic.
Oh my gosh.
You will get. So you rolled 4 dice: success and a strife, an exploding success and a strife, an opportunity and a strife, and exploding success. So you can keep any 3 of those.
Should I reroll the explodings?
You absolutely should. Well, if you keep them, you choose what you keep first, and then you go from there.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So I'll keep the the white exploding.
Yep.
I'll keep the white exploding. The exploding with the strife, and then the opportunity in the strife.
Right.
So
you can bleed off one of the initial strifes.
Yeah. Bleed off that initial strife because I already got the 2.
Awesome. So that means you started at 2 successes and 1 strife. Rerolling 2 dice, 1 ring, 1 skill. You got an exploding dice and a strife, and a regular success and a strife. So you are up to 4 successes and 3 strife. But you get to
strife.
You get to reroll that exploding success ring again.
Okay. Come on, opportunity.
And another success. You are able to quickly and awesomely, although still no information is given about your approach. In terms of the actual answers to the questions, you did really well. Like really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
And are ushered out. And then we'll do the last of our players at Koroyuki. I'll say it right some point. Yes.
Oh, bugger. What?
2 different approaches have been chosen. There has been no indication from the judges of approval or disapproval of those approaches. As I found my poker face suddenly.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Earth.
Okay.
So Earth theology.
So you will keep 2, any 2 of your choice. You roll 2 ring die, 2 skill die. So you've got a success and a strife, an opportunity and a success, and a success.
I'll take the opportunity of success and a success.
That's enough to get through. Nicely done. And you do well, but you also watch Sayaka who answered the questions perfectly. You got tripped up a couple of places along the way, but were able to mostly navigate your way through well enough that they seemed approving both of your approach and of your answers. The proper approach here was indeed Earth.
Fair.
Just to let you know.
I was scared it was fire because that's my worst one.
Waiting for you outside is Bayushi Sugai. And he is, at first he's sitting there just kind of glaring balefully at Hitoshi, but as more and more people come out, he kind of starts to look away. And you were shepherded by him outside of the Kakita grounds to a space alongside the wall there, that 10-foot high stone wall that kind of surrounds the dueling academy itself, where there are a number of archery butts placed in a long row. An eagle-eyed looking crane archer by the name of Kakita Naomori stands before you. Each of you are to take a bow and 3 arrows. She points to 3 lines at increasing distance from the targets. You will fire at the target from the nearest line, then run back to the second line, fire, and finally run back to the third line and fire. True archers understand that the arrow knows the way to the target. And everybody will be doing this simultaneously. Hi. Hello, kitty. So you can all just popcorn tell me what your approach is, and then we can make the test, which is a TN2 martial arts ranged test.
Sucks. I'm going to use fire.
Okay.
I am going to do so horribly at this.
You do not hit a single target. Yeah, that's a bummer. Not an archer, that Soshi Kuroyuki. She is not
I have
good
one
with
eye.
Yeah. The depth perception, not your strong point. Yeah.
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 In fact, I think that actually has an effect where I have to like re-roll 2 die
Oh,
and
did
take
you
the
take
worst
the
results.
Oh, that's your adversity?
Oh yeah, but you
Yeah.
do get a void point back for
Oh.
that. So if you want, you can re-roll
Well-
that die and see if you do worse than an
Well-
opportunity and a strife, which would be a
Yeah, I was
just
gonna say,
strife
'cause
or blank.
you only have to reroll ones that you get a success on.
Oh, is it only ones you get a success on? Then never mind.
I was doomed.
Doomed! Okay. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with water.
Okay.
Since water's shift, and the general theme of water's flowy and adapting. So like just kind of like when she goes to fire, just feeling the way that the arrow's going and like the wind's moving out, etc., etc. More archery terms.
Yeah.
Very feeling based on it. And then I also would my sight come into play here?
What is the specific wording on your site thing?
It does technically actually mention or a martial arts range check to hit a faraway target.
There you go. It'll work on. Yeah, we'll just say it works. Yep.
Okay.
As we're not making 3 tests for the different differences in
Sure,
range,
sure.
we'll just add it in. Yeah.
Boop.
So far, 3 successes, one of which is exploding, and 2 strife.
Okay,
opportunity.
I'll re-roll the blank and the exploding.
Okay, blank is first, exploding. The reroll is first. The exploding die will be the second die we see.
Okay, sure. Here, I'll roll that separately just so it's clear.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the blank.
Okay.
That'll
so
just
that'll
that one
just
doesn't
cancel
matter
out. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
now.
And
Okay,
the
so now
exploder.
the exploder.
Blank.
Blank.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Go.
eh,
But 3 successes is enough to succeed at the challenge.
yeah, 3 successes with strife. I will mark
yeah.
that. Oof, I need
2 strife actually. Oh no, because that one. You're right. 1 strife. 1 strife. 1 strife.
Yeah, 3
Okay.
successes.
You were quickly able to go from point to point to point, moving your way back, and hit the target 3 times. No bullseyes per se, but you do get the target all 3 times.
Sure.
Kyto Ray.
All right. I am going to use a void stance for this.
Okay.
Just kind of letting the arrow flow and do what it's going to do.
Yep. Oh my god! And you're actually supposed to be good at archery. That
Yeah.
kills.
What do void points do again?
They allow you to roll an additional ring die. Roll and keep an additional ring die.
Yeah. I'm going to spend a void point
Get
to
it.
do that. Not 3, just the one.
Just the one. No. So they do, however, deeply approve of your stance, which is a very classical samurai way of shooting, which is samurai don't aim. They just let go. They draw and they let go. They don't actually hold the bow in a classic Western way. It's out like this, right? And it's a very void sort of thing, and that was the proper approach. In fact, it's weird that the Wasp clan aims their bows. They're like archers, while the rest of you are all. Well, it's very much in keeping for it to be a void. The arrow knows the way is actually a very classic saying within traditional samurai society, that the arrow will take care of itself once it's in flight. And so void was the correct answer. So you will score a point despite not. You guys are still tied. So tied for the lead coming into the last event are actually our 2 PCs, which is not what I was expecting. Doji Sayaka and Kaido Rei are tied with 15 points apiece going into the final event. Now, that being said, the winner of the Topaz Championship must also win the Aijutsu duel at the very end, unless you're a Shugenja and then you go do Teryujai, which is the Shugenja version of dueling. So it is the point winner plus Aijutsu duel winner equals Topaz champion. So yeah. But you two are this far away from being Topaz champion for the next year. As we move into... Oh, and by the way, Hitoshi killed it on this one. He obviously was the best. He had a very different stance, and he would roll from place to place as he went, and each time bullseyed it, and was by far the best of the archers. However,
There we go.
right, for the final test of the championship, you're taken back down to the forest where the athletics contest was held, and overnight the obstacles there have been cleared, and now there sits simply a rack of bows and spears. But as you're walking down to the forest, Hitoshi catches up and, looking forlorn, relates to you all that he is 1 point short of passing. And if he doesn't make it, he'll have failed completely. It's up to you if you want to interact with that.
Is Suga nearby?
He is kind of in the back of the group, walking you all down there.
I'm reading my subtle observer thing. And it says, when performing a check for which you need to spot or use small details of other people nearby, such as courtesy error, blah, 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 check to reveal an unpleasant truth pleasantly, or check to detect someone else's weaknesses. Can I very subtly try to insinuate to him that I know it was he that hired the Ronin?
That's going to be a sincerity check. But you get to use your bonuses from the Soji. How does that work? Or was it a Shoji that it was a power, or was it a advantage?
It's a trait. It's a...
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's a...
Distinction?
No, it's an advantage.
It is an advantage.
It's subtle observer.
Yeah. And so you're going to attempt to insinuate to him through a courtesy check that you know that he knows that you know that he knows.
And I'm going to do it very simply, and I'm going to make it seem like I'm giving him very useful advice, which I need to find. Let's see, insight chart. I'll try to do it charmingly. But what I'm going to say is I'm just going to sidle up to him as I do. And I'm just going to kind of look at him with a small smile on my face and say, your mask is slipping. And
Okay.
then I will... It's courtesy?
It is a courtesy and your thingy check.
This mic's on a boom stand, so I can't drop it. But,
Yeah.
imagine a mic dropping.
Courtesy and a what check?
Sorry, I thought I heard my cat peeing on something. It
So
does not
courtesy
appear
and
to
ring
have been the
of interest.
case, but yeah. Okay.
That's
Courtesy
good.
and ring of your choice.
Okay. Courtesy and water.
Yeah. So that is 1 success, one exploding success, 1 opportunity, and 2 strive.
Okay. I will use the opportunity to cancel out a strife.
Mm-hmm.
Roll for the exploding.
Okay. 2 successes, 2 strive.
Okay.
He looks at you, and you see his eye twitch a little bit. And then, because you're not technically a samurai, he can do this without you being able to do anything. He bats you across the face with the back of his hand and says, "Understand your station, Soshi-san." Or Sochi-chan.
I'll just smile at him pleasantly and walk away.
Okay. Yeah, whoop it! And with that,
Strike my blind side.
totally tense situation that definitely won't have ramifications in the future.
Not at all.
An athletic-looking crab bushi by the name of Haruma Kagehiro stands with a bow strung across his back and a quiver hung on his hip. Welcome to your final contest, students. You have brought glory upon your families and honor upon yourselves by simply making it this far. Now, each of you will choose a weapon, bow or spear, and make your way into the forest there to bring down the most impressive game you can find. Should your vows as Shugenjo or monk preclude you from taking life or handling animal corpses, you will instead return with the most valuable and rare medicinal herbs you can find. keep alert. The hares and bucks are quick to flee, so you'll have to spot them first. Now, get out there and bag some game. Everybody moves up to the weapons, and some of them take bows, some of them take spears, and they start heading out into the forest. What weapon do you each choose?
I'm taking a spear.
You're taking a spear or a bow? I'm sorry?
Spear.
Okay, spear. Kuroyuki,
I'll take a
taking
bow.
a spear. Sayaka,
Depth
bow.
perception.
Yeah. And Kaito Ray, I imagine you're also taking a bow?
Yep.
Okay.
Gotta
Yeah.
redeem yourself.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So for this one, it is a TN2 survival check of your choice. I am very interested in how each of you approach hunting.
Oh, survival. Okay. There it is. Hmm.
Fishing count as hunting?
Technically? Are you asking, should you go and bring back fish?
Yeah, will I be docked if I go and get fish?
Yes, unless it's a particularly impressively large fish. Hunting and fishing are two different things. Hunting is an honorable thing that samurai do. Fishing is something that peasants do to feed samurai. Unless you're a mantis. Don't say that to them.
Oh dear. I also came to realize way too late that during that time earlier when Sugai was hiring the Ronin and the time when they were meeting, I could have read their lips.
Blah, blah. This is why hey, we're in the learn to play section of this. So these are things you will know for the future.
Yeah. There you go.
And use properly. Yeah.
That'll learn me to review before I start.
Yes. Look at your character sheet. It's got stuff on it.
Okay.
So again, this is a popcorn one, as whoever wants to go and describe how they go off and hunt should do so.
Okay.
Or I will call on you. Oh, go. Ray.
I am going to take my bow and go into the forest and immediately go up a tree
Okay.
and just kind of, once again, clearing my mind and letting it fly.
Because the arrow knows the way.
Yeah.
Void and martial arts range, or I'm sorry, void and survival. That is 1 success, 2 strife, 2 opportunity. Yeah. But it's a success. Yeah, you needed 2 of them, but here's the thing, you didn't fail. You let it go, and you hear it, weep. And you go and find the arrow, and there's a relatively large black squirrel at the end of the arrow point.
I am going to transport this squirrel back by grabbing the arrow and just keeping it on the arrow.
Okay. Not touching it.
Ew.
Not touching it. Yeah.
Ew.
All right.
Dead body. Ew.
So as I go into kind of search for prey, I got a question. Are there people around me that are making noise?
Sure.
Are there probably people that are like thrashing about because they're not quite so good in a forest?
Yes.
I'm going to go to like a slightly large bush because I'm not a very big person.
Yeah.
And I'm going to crouch down
Mm-hmm.
with my spear ready, and I'm going to clear my mind and just enter a meditative state so that the first animal that gets startled into my path by that noise, I go for.
Okay. So you are taking a void approach.
Yes.
Okay. Make your void survival check. So that, yeah, you can keep up to 3 of those, which could be a success, an exploding success, essentially.
Yeah. So I'll success, exploding success, and the opportunity will cancel out the strife.
Nice.
Then I will. Oop, wrong button. I will roll that exploding success.
So that is a second one more opportunity. You actually bag a very nice red fox.
Okay.
Not
and I
particularly impressive, but also not horrible.
I will take that with me.
Okay. Doji Sayaka, I have given you. You should not assume that any approach is taken is correct so far, or incorrect for that matter. It is up to you to choose, given the instruction of, keep alert. Hares and bucks are quick to flee, so you'll have to spot them first.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is go in. And I'm gonna set up like a little trap thingy.
Okay.
And basically, I want to set it up. I want to try to set up a thing that will like fall and make noise and lead some sort of animal into like a place that I've determined will be easier for me to shoot at them in.
Wily.
And then yeah, like set it off and like try to catch something in that little trap that I do. So I'm gonna use air.
Okay. So there's an air survival check. So far you've gotten one success, and that's it. If you have a void point, you could roll it to roll an extra ring die.
Is this the last thing?
It is the last thing.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna spend my void point. So just one extra black die?
Yes.
Ooh!
2 successes and a strife, which is enough to pass. And as everyone has completed, I can tell you that the proper approach was air.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, no. I am at my composure in strife.
Okay.
Just putting that out there.
As each of you come back, the last person back in is Moto Batbayar, and he's got this impressive-looking silver-haired fox. It's about twice the size of the one you brought back in, Soshi Kurayuki, and he wins and is given highest marks for this. But with that, you were all taken back up to the Kikita Dueling Academy, where you're allowed to change into fresh clothes. And there is a feast tonight that everyone has to come to. And you've got about 2 hours of downtime for you to do as you wish as the final scores are tabulated and the formal dinner is prepared.
How did Hitoshi do in the hunting one?
Pretty well. You do think he passed without your help, which is not, good job not helping. Just FYI. Apropos of nothing.
Look. Okay, I'm gonna go to Hitoshi.
Yes.
And let's see. Can I remove strife and also do what I want to do?
What is it you want to do, and how would it relate to you removing strife? Well, you're between scenes, so you do move back down to half composure.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mark down to 4. I'm back down to 2-4. Could I? Okay, yeah. Here's what I'm gonna offer to Hitoshi.
Yes.
Hitoshi, would you? Because I went. There was more than one building that had like paintings and stuff, right? Because
Yeah,
there was like the main building with
absolutely.
the gallery, and then there was other places. Yeah, one of the other places. Hitoshi, would you care to walk with me and
He kind of winces every time you don't say Hitoshi-san.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in
Sorry,
public and I don't know
Sayaka
you that well. Yeah.
Sayaka totally would be doing that. Lily just forgets.
So just as a cultural note for the team, dropping the honorific tends to only happen in private or amongst a group of like good friend traveling companions, right?
Sure.
So like if you were a group of Emerald Magistrates traveling from place to place and there was no one else around, you could be like, hey, Karaoke, hey, Sayaka, hey, Ray, right? but around other people, it is not done to not use some form of honorific.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just
Um,
FYI.
Okay. So
San
yeah,
Samachanko.
go to coming in. Hitoshi-san, would you care to decompress after the day's events and look at some of the paintings in random building?
Paintings. I don't really know anything about paintings.
I
don't
can
know.
tell you everything about paintings.
Make a TN1 courtesy check of your choice. Bring once.
Okay. I will be charming.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Sure. Yep.
I am the most charming.
3 successes. Yeah. Let's just do that. I assume you don't want the success with the strife. You want the 3 clean successes.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I would be honored to travel with you. I'd be honored to look at painting with you, Doji-san.
Of course. Yeah. So I take him. What family is he from again? I know he's a mantis.
He is They are not bestowed with a family name. They
they don't have
carry
family.
that honor.
Okay.
He is just Hitoshi. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of want to find some paintings that like pertain to his like what Mantis is about.
Sailing, trading.
Okay.
Stuff.
So yeah, any like
yeah,
like any paintings of the sea, any like ships or like stuff like that kind of. If I can find paintings about that. The real point though, as we're walking around, I'm gonna say Hitoshi-san.
Yes.
I can't help but notice that the moderators of our events have seemed to be particularly keen on how you performed.
I have noticed that I have gained their attention as well. I believe it is because I am not from one of the great clans, and they are unhappy with me being here.
Well, you were invited. That means you earned your spot.
I was indeed. Yes.
Do you think there might be any other reasons they might be concerned about whether you pass or not?
The judges? No. The Bayushi Sugai-sama, on the other hand, seems to have his own reasons for wanting me to fail, though I do not know what they are.
It's a bit of a loaded question, of course, but have you done anything to upset the scorpion?
Not that I'm aware of, but they are scorpion, and their ways are
of course.
Mystery. Yes. My concern is I have caused offense somehow unknowingly and would seek to repair it if I could, but I do not know how.
Would they would perhaps blame of somebody else be directed towards you in this moment?
To what end? That I am falsely accused of something, and then whoever accused me is not honorable enough to bring that accusation to my face?
Perhaps not falsely accused, but if I'll find a painting that pertains to the situation because it's dramatic.
Sure.
And like it's like one of like some like fishermen hunting some sort of like big spirit fish thing or whatever, and they're going after what was that?
Is it okay? I love it.
Okay, and then they're going after smaller ones that the bigger fish is eating.
Okay.
And I like gesture at it, and this painting done by somebody in the year shows that sometimes when you seek a target, you look beyond just what you are seeking, and you look beyond what simply you are seeking, and sometimes seek what your target is after.
So you think someone is attempting to use my shame and dishonor at doing poorly in the championship?
That's
For another
certainly an
purpose?
option.
Who and why?
Forgive me, Hitoshi-san, if this is too forward or too prying, but would anybody in your family happen to have any sort of connections like that?
I do not know who my father was. My mother stays home on the Spice Isles. I don't know that she's ever had an interaction with a member of the Scorpion clan. Perhaps one of my captains? I don't know.
Perhaps. Well, without more information, it's the best we can do is just be wary.
I agree.
Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
And I will pop down my strife.
Yep, Benton's Blessing radar going off constantly as well. Bone alert, bone alert, bone alert. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to accomplish during that 2 hours of downtime between now and the Festivus?
I'd like to have some tea.
Sure. Yes. Reduce your strife by 3, and
while I am drinking tea, I would like to look around to see if I can spot Suge.
he is not to be found. Just at the inn if you're just sitting there drinking tea.
Then, and this is going to be funky, I am going to, well, no, I'll do that when we go to sleep. Never mind.
Okay. Kaito Ray. Nothing? Something?
Yeah, I've got nothing. I'm just gonna have some lunch.
Okay. So, as the day finishes, and you prepare for tonight's feast, 2 things. The final point standings for the contest: Doji Sayaka with 17 points, Bayushi Meilin with 16 points, Kaido Ray with 15 points, and Kodioki, you got 10, and Moto Batbayar has 10. So in the points lead, going into tonight's feast, is Doji Sayaka. Yay!
Yay!
And as we go into the feast, that is where we're going to end it for today, because there's only 15 minutes left, and that is not enough time to do the next scene. So, we are going to finish our story for the day here, as next week, we will very likely conclude this first story arc within our Legend of the Five Rings role-playing game, the Topaz Championship. Thank you, everybody who hung out today and kept chat awesome and all of that stuff. And the raid, of course, and everything. Thank you for the new follows and all of that stuff. We love you very much. Continue to hang out. We have another game at 5. Well, you can go do other stuff, too. I'm not going to force you to stay here, but we got another game at 5, another one at 8:30, a one-shot. And then at midnight, a Fantasy Age role-playing game. And that's all Eastern time, so you should check those out if you want. Let's go around and get thoughts on the day from the team. It was mostly an intrigue sort of day. It was it was a lot of learning things and knowledgey bits. And so I'm fascinated to see what you all came away with. Let's start with Rain.
Well, I realized that I should read my character sheet more.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably could have gotten a lot more to go on if I'd read their lips.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
or if I just stood at the door and said deals off. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. Like, I
Yes.
am really curious. I'm making suppositional leaps about who Hitoshi's father is.
Okay.
And I'm also realizing that I could be doing a hell of a lot more with my Shuganja abilities. Like, I could be warding where we sleep, which would probably be very useful. And then also I realized that Hitoshi couldn't have used that ward.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
I
I
had
didn't. Oh, go ahead.
I had it keyed so that I say a word.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't think he was going to be able to. I wasn't sure what was going to happen if he got to pull it out and read it. I remember that you had keyed it to Yuki. I couldn't remember if it was only if you had to say it or if anyone could say it. And so we were going to cross that bridge once we got there. But yeah, if you keyed it to, if you're very specific about the instruction, then yes, only you would be able to do it.
Yeah. What I could have done is had him slap it on the ground and I could have yelled Yuki.
Yeah. Awesome. And where can we find you? What else do you got going on?
You can find me at Rangos Surrounded by X's on Twitter. You can find me here Sunday mornings playing this and Monday nights playing Masks. And you can also find me on Dungeon Masters Guild, where I sometimes make products.
Indeed. Sweet. Let's do Lily next.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lily. Lily Pad Nebula around the internet and all the stuffs. I had a super great time today. Very intriguing and very social and stuff. And since I built my character for that, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really, really curious now what the heck's going on with all this stuff and who Hitoshi's dad is and why everybody cares. Because that has to be it, right? That has to be it. They focused on it. They showed it. It has to be about his dad. We just need to find out who his dad is. That's fun. I have set my sights on Bayushi Beilin. I will keep going that direction to do things. And yeah, looking forward to next time.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm here for this. And then Thursdays, well, every other Thursday, Pokemon. I'm a smart crime in that game, and it's a lot of fun.
Yay. A smart crime?
Yes.
What does that mean? For someone who doesn't know
I'm a
anything about Pokemon. Oh, okay. Cool.
I mean, it's like it's Pokemon, but
Yeah.
know,
You're a Poke hacker?
That game like it's very ridiculous. That system is just
Yeah.
Bad guys.
it's really weird.
Okay.
Michi gets it.
Yeah. And last but not least, Kaito Ray, the Michisaurus.
Yes, I'm Michi, and you can find me on Twitter at Michisaurus. I really enjoyed this session. I have some thoughts about when to make the big reveal about the divination.
Because you know.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
But I also know that if I call it out right now, that's breaching some honor right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm very excited to play that card.
Okay. I'm very excited when you play that card. Yes.
But yeah, and you can find me here on Monday nights playing Masks with Rain. Every other Thursday playing Pokemon with Lily. And here every Sunday. That's what today is. Every Sunday.
I never know. Yeah. Cool.
And sometimes randomly wherever else.
Yep. Hi, I'm Sean, also known as Throck. You can find me on the tweeters at ThrockPlays. Yeah, you can find me here Sundays running this. I'm in our Rift game on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I play Psychic Cowboy with Mechanical Horse. I also run our Wednesday night Mage of the Awakening 2nd Edition campaigns in Victorian London, and our Friday night D&D game, which is currently in Tomb of Annihilation. And that's all me. Thank you, everyone who hung out today. We're going to be cutting this into 2 podcasts, so if you're interested in the podcasting thing as well, you can check those out I need to actually put the links in the description, but we are just going up to episode 2 this week, which is the second half of stream 1 here. So if you're watching it here, you're getting everything ahead of time, and that's awesome. But if you're into the podcast thing, you can follow us over there as well. And with that, we're going to go say hi to someone here in the world, and I don't know who. Let's go say hi to who's on right now. Devil's Luck Gaming is on right now. I don't know what they're playing, but we'll go say hi to them. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons, it says. So sweet. We'll go say hi to Devil's Luck Gaming. They're amazing role players, and you should check them out. Devil's Luck Gaming. Oh, god damn it. I do that every time. /raid. Devil's Luck Gaming. Okay, there we go. All right, we'll be over there in just a second. So thank you all for hanging out. Everybody wave and say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Come on, right now. Thank you, right now button. Bye. There we go. Okay, and we're out.